Alright, imagine this. You wake up one morning, check your phone, and see a breaking news headline. Nation declares war on birds. Sounds like a joke, right? But believe it or not, history is packed with wars that started for reasons so ridiculous, you'd think they came straight out of a sitcom. Wars over a missing ear, a stolen bucket, or even a bar fight. Yep, it all happened. So, today, we're diving deep into the strangest, pettiest, and most nonsensical wars ever fought. And trust me, by the end, you'll wonder how we humans ever survived this long. 1. The Emu War, 1932. Let's start with one of the most legendary failures in military history, Australia's war against a bunch of oversized birds. In the 1930s, Australian farmers had a problem. Thousands of emus were wreaking havoc on their crops, eating everything in sight. So, what's the logical solution? Call the army. The government sent in soldiers armed with machine guns, thinking they could easily take down the emus. The result? A hilarious disaster. Bullets didn't work. Emus were too fast and scattered the moment shots were fired. Tactics failed. The military even tried mounting machine guns on moving trucks, but the emus simply outran them. Final score? Emus. 1 Australian military, 0. After wasting thousands of bullets and failing miserably, Australia eventually gave up. The emus? They just went back to their usual bird business, being unbothered. 2. The War of the Stray Dog, 1925. You know when your neighbor's dog crosses into your yard, and you get a little annoyed? Well, Greece and Bulgaria took it to a whole new level. In 1925, a Greek soldier was chasing his dog across the Bulgarian border. The Bulgarians, thinking it was an invasion attempt, shot him. Greece wasn't having any of that. They declared war. Within hours, Greek forces invaded Bulgarian towns. But before things could escalate into a full-scale war over a dog, the League of Nations stepped in and told them to calm down. Final outcome? Greece paid Bulgaria compensation and went home. The dog, by the way, no one knows what happened to it. 3. The War of the Bucket, 1325. If you think people today are dramatic, let me introduce you to Italy in 1325. There were two rival city-states, Medina and Bologna. One day, some Modenese soldiers sneaked into Bologna and stole a wooden bucket. Bologna, absolutely furious about this bucket theft, declared war. Tens of thousands of soldiers fought, hundreds died. And the bucket? Medina won and kept the bucket. And guess what? The same bucket is still in Medina today. It's literally a national treasure now. Imagine explaining that to future generations. The 335-year war. Now, imagine a war that lasted longer than the United States has even existed, and yet no one fought a single battle. This was the 335-year war between the Netherlands and the Isles of Scilly, off the coast of England. It started in 1651 when the Dutch declared war, but then forgot about it. For over 300 years, no shots were fired, no invasions happened, and no one remembered they were technically still at war, until a historian discovered the forgotten declaration. In 1986, a Dutch ambassador officially ended the war with a peace treaty. Final casualty count? 0. 5. The Pig War, 1859. Ever heard of kicking off World War III over a cheeseburger? Well, in 1859, the US and Britain almost went to war over a pig. On San Juan Island, an American farmer found a British pig eating his crops. Furious, he shot the pig. The British owner was outraged and demanded compensation, the farmer refused. Tensions escalated, and before you know it, both nations sent warships and troops to the island. They literally prepared for battle over a pig. Thankfully, diplomacy won, and war was avoided. Moral of the story? Sometimes it's just not worth it. 6. The War of Jenkins' Ear, 1739. Now, this one is straight up ridiculous. In the 1700s, a British sailor named Robert Jenkins had a little run-in with Spanish officials. During a heated argument, a Spanish officer cut off his ear and told him to take it back to Britain as a warning. Jenkins, being a drama king, literally brought his severed ear to the British Parliament and demanded revenge. The British, never ones to back down from a fight, declared war on Spain. Result? Thousands died, all because one guy lost an ear. And there you have it, wars fought over birds, buckets, dogs, pigs, and even ears. If you ever think politics today is ridiculous, just remember, at least we're not going to war over farm animals yet. So, what's the takeaway here? Humans are weird. We've fought over the dumbest things, wasted lives, and made history in the strangest ways possible. If you enjoyed this deep dive into absurd wars, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more history that makes you question reality.